Good morning, everyone. Happy day one. As we begin today, I will encourage you to be extra mindful for this opportunity as we reset. So, I don't know about you. It's a little chill. I'm hoping you're outside. It's a little chilly. I have some layers on, but we are going to build some heat and some strength in the yoga world. We call that prana. Prana's life force energy, and tapas is the heat. So in order to get from where we are to where we want to be, we have to go through the heat, the challenge, the opportunity to get a little outside of our comfort zone. So we're going to be doing that today, but it's day one. And so we're going to take it easy and progress little by little. As always, honor, protect, and listen to your body. That's your protective shield, right? So, modify in any way that feels good for you. You are going to need some weights. I have 8-pound weights for me, but you can do lighter or heavier, as I've mentioned, and 2 yoga blocks, preferably. And I'm noticing I want to tilt the camera down just a hair, so my mat is actually in the camera. Would be nice, right? So we are going to start seated today, you guys. So go ahead and have a seat. We're going to do a little check-in on the Golden Buddha and the Musk Deer, which hopefully you guys both had the opportunity to watch both of those videos. And we will take this time first to just take a couple minutes to just sort of reflect, because of course the intention is to reset, right? This whole 21-day challenge is an opportunity to reset. And so just like your phone or your computer, if they get a little wonky every now and then, right, we get a little off track, we get frustrated, right? Because we feel like we're not where we want to be and we're doing so good, but then we did this or that. So let's check in right now. Think of the Golden Buddha, and underneath the coating and the mud and the crusty layer is our truest self. And so sometimes we have to get through these uncomfortable little things, get the ball rolling in order to chip away at that so that we can, reveal a lighter, more resilient, beautiful, more in line with our true self. Okay, so easy seated position. And by the way, if you do want to sit up on a block, feel free to do that if your hips are feeling tight, and bring awareness to your posture. So we want to be aligned in our physical body, but also aligned from what we want, our intentions and our goals, to our actions. Okay, as action is really where that's where the power is. That's really where the magic is. So it's one thing to want what you want. It's a whole other thing to take the steps. So you guys showed up, you were here, you took that first step, and over the next 21 days, we're going to get from where you are to where you want to be, or at least move in that direction. All right, hands rest down onto your knees to start. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Be proud of yourself for showing up, whether you're watching it live with me or you're on your replay later, you showed up. And this little magical square that you're on, a rectangle, your mat, is your portal to your self-care. So remember that, like with the Golden Buddha, you deserve love. All the love that you give to other people, you're going to give to yourself right now. Okay, with your hands resting down onto your knees, go ahead and close your eyes. Let's just take a deep breath. Inhale through the nose, arrive on your mat, feel your posture aligned, feel your mind aligned with your actions. And then as you exhale, send away any negativity. Soften, release, and let go. And do that 2 more times on your own. So deep, diaphragmatic belly breath in. And long, slow exhale, softening any tension that is in your physical body or in your mind. Let it go. Release it. And one more time. Deep, calming, energizing breath in through the nose. Fill your belly, fill your lungs, maximum capacity. And exhale, soften, release, and let go of the thoughts and the habits and the things that are not serving you. And use this as an opportunity to strengthen your warrior spirit physically, mentally, and spiritually. Beautiful. Go ahead and come to child's pose. So you can move your blocks out of your way. They'll be, at the frontage of your mat. I have them on either side of the frontage of your mat. And then hips back to heels, forehead down to your mat. I'm going to tell you or share with you a quote that I love that I just feel really resonates with this whole warrior spirit that we're working towards. And that is, and you can sit your hips back onto your heels, just be in child's pose. Third eye chakra just means the center of your forehead is resting down onto your mat or underneath your hands. The quote is this: there is nothing more powerful than a humble person with a warrior spirit who is driven by a higher purpose. So just take a moment to let that settle in. Being humble, feeling empowered by the actions you're going to take to fuel yourself with your nutrition and your self-care. Having that strength of spirit and driven by a higher purpose. And that higher purpose is your intention. It's your why. Why are you here? Why did you sign up? What do you want? You want to feel lighter. You want to feel more empowered. You want to feel more energized. You want to feel more aligned with your truest self. What actions are you going to take over these next 21 days to get from where you are to where you want to be? Who do you want to surround yourself with? What foods are you going to eat? How will you strengthen your warrior spirit? So just take a moment to check in and to ask yourself those questions. And I know there's a lot of confusion and uncertainty, and sometimes we just don't know. But you're taking the first step right now, and I want you to just breathe. With each breath, you're just making a healthy choice. All right, go ahead and shift your weight forward. You can move, again, your blocks can be out of your way, off of your mat. You can come into downward facing dog, just starting there. And with your downward facing dog, you're just pedaling your heels right and left. And we're going to start slow, but we're going to do what I call a yoga cross-train sun salutation today. So the whole workout is yoga cross-training. This is going to be a full body workout today. We're going to start slow. Of course, you're going to modify as need be. And then in between all of those, we're going to do this yoga cross-train sun salutation that I'm going to teach you. All right, so you're going to walk your hands backwards towards your feet, and you're just going to be in a forward fold. If your back or your hamstrings are feeling tight, just bend those knees a lot and bow forward to yourself for showing up. And then shift your weight into your feet and come into a squat position. We're going to be right here in a seated chair position. And we're just going to do a standing cat cow. You've done this with me before. So you're going to round your spine, tuck your tailbone, hollow your belly. And we're going to inhale and open and extend the spine. And as always, we're just trying to connect movement with breathing. And we're just trying to get the flow with the body. So flowing with the breath and flowing in and out through the nose and getting movement and prana and all of that good stuff flowing with the body. So on this self-care Sunday, if you're feeling like you're moving a little slow, you are not alone. I was out late last night for a 50th birthday party, and I'm moving a little slow too, but I'm hoping as we move along here, we're going to build our energy and we'll get more flow in our body as we go. Okay, one more time. So flex and extend. We're going to come all the way up to standing. You're going to take a deep sun breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to dive out of it and come into a forward fold. And we're going to walk out to plank pose. So you're just going to walk your hands out to a plank. You guys know that in your plank pose, you can always modify by bending your knees to your mat. We are going to do 3 push-ups. So I do recommend that you modify if it's newer for you. So 3 push-ups, nice and slow. This is your cross-train sun salutation. You're going to lower down. You're going to inhale, point your toes, come into a little baby cobra as we start here. And then you're going to exhale, curl your toes, and come into downward facing dog. You're going to walk your hands back to your feet again. You're going to be in forward fold, bow forward. We're going to come up to standing with a sun breath this time. So inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up, big sun breath. Exhale, bend your knees, come down into a chair pose with your heels heavy and your toes light, so the weight's in the heels. We're going to inhale, come back up, and do that 2 more times. So this is a chair flow, part of your cross-train sun salutation. Just trying to get the energy flowing with the body here. One more time. Exhale, dive out of it into a forward fold. Walk your hands forward into plank. Make sure you're in alignment so the hands are under the elbows and shoulders. Bend the knees. 3 push-ups. Here we go. 3. Again, you can modify. You can just do 1 push-up maybe, but if you can do 3, awesome. Go ahead and lower down. Inhale, open up. Baby cobra, point the toes. Heart is open to receive good positive energy. Exhale, curl the toes. Push back, downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come into that forward fold, bow forward, let go of any tension from your neck. Rise to standing, inhale, sun breath. Exhale, 3 flowing chairs. So we inhale, we gather the good positive energy. We exhale, sit down. So I know that when you're at home doing all this, there will be distractions. I want you to imagine I'm right in front of you. You're going to do the best you can. Okay? Block out those distractions. Dive out, everyone. Fold forward. Walk out to plank. 1 more time. Bend your knees. Modify. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, and 1. I'm already feeling more energy in my body. Thank goodness. Inhale, open up. Exhale, downward facing dog, push back. And take 3 deep breaths. And remember that quote, there is nothing more powerful than a humble person with a warrior spirit who is driven by a bigger purpose. Now, from here, I want you to take your right leg and lift it up to the sky. So you're in a 3-legged dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then look to your hands and step your right foot up and through your hands. You're going to pivot your left heel flat. We're going to come up to warrior 1. So we're going to always do a warrior through this warrior reset. So in this warrior, I want you to really just align with your higher self. And again, think of that golden Buddha and think about taking the action that's going to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Be strong and empowered. Take a deep breath in and then bring your hands down by your side. You're going to pivot your left heel up. Just like that, so you're in a lunge position. Whoa, yeah, a little balance factor there. And then we're just gonna pull the left knee into the chest and then step back with that left foot. So pull it in and step back. This is just a little repeater lunge. Gonna get a lot of activation in that right glute and hamstring. And I think my necklace is hitting my microphone. Sorry if you were hearing a tapping. I'll lose my necklace here for a second and hopefully you can hear me better. So continuing to repeat that repeater knee and warming up that right glute and hamstring. Yeah. Okay, last 2 and last 1. So bring your hands on either side of your right foot and step backwards into downward facing dog and breathe and reset. Breathe and reset. Now from here, I want you to come to plank pose right into the top of a push-up. And we're going to bring the knee forward towards the nose. So you can round your spine and bring your knee forward towards your nose. So you're going to plank with your knee to your chest. And then switch and go left. And then go right. And then go left. And keep alternating. So this is plank with knee to chest. Again, modify in any way that feels good for you. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and come into downward facing dog. And breathe and reset. Let's get that on the other side. So left foot up to the sky. Inhale. And left foot up and through your hands. Exhale. Help it forward if you need. So make sure that left knee is right out over your left ankle. Pivot your right heel flat and come all the way back up. Warrior 1. Yay. I'm getting warmer. I'm about ready to peel off my sweatshirt. That's a good thing. So deep bend in that left knee. Reach up. Align with your warrior spirit. Just promise yourself you're going to take massive action today to nourish and nurture your warrior spirit. Take 1 more nice deep breath. Bring your hands down by your side. Pivot the right heel up. And then plant that left foot and pull that right knee into your chest. So if you're like me and you did lots of step aerobics in the 90s, does this look familiar? Yeah. So you're planting that left foot and you're just pulling your right knee into the chest, getting some warmth in that glute and hamstring. I'm going to multitask and peel off a layer. I love to be outside. And I really encourage all of you to just get in line with nature through this reset too, because that's going to help align you with your intentions and send a message of peace into your body. Okay, a couple more here. Last 2 and 1. Come into downward facing dog again. Step that left foot back and breathe and reset. So every time we come into downward dog, it's an opportunity to reset. Go ahead and come into plank pose right into the top of your push-up. Again, bend your knees if you want to modify. Otherwise, with straight legs, lower down. Inhale, take a deep breath in, and exhale, back to downward facing dog. So, in your downward facing dog, again, just use it as an opportunity. Hopefully you filled out on your self-care tracker your intentions and your goals. And if you felt like you got a little off track in the summertime, you're not alone. So just use the opportunity in your downward dog to reflect on your intentions. How do you want to feel? What's your why? Why are you here? Take one more nice deep breath. And then this time, walk your hands back to your feet one more time. And take your feet a little wider than your hips. And hang out in Ragdoll. Just sway from right to left. Relax your head and your neck. Get a good hamstring stretch. And then release your fingertips down towards your toes. Walk your toes together. Let's do a halfway lift. So slide your hands to your shins. Pull your belly in. Slide your shoulders back. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Round your spine. Fold in half. Let it all go. And rise all the way up to standing. Take a deep inhale. Big sun breath. And exhale, hands down by your side, mountain pose. Again, opportunity to align, just good posture, ears, shoulders, hips, heels, okay? And as we flow, now we're gonna start, hopefully you're a little bit warmer. So that was your 10-15 minute warm up. And now we're gonna start to integrate the weights, okay? If you don't have weights with you right now, it's all good. Drink lots of water too. I actually have since I was a little sluggish this morning, I made myself a marine collagen matcha latte. That's part of my superfood pick-me-up before class this morning. But take lots of breaks to drink water and, just take as many breaks as you need to, okay? So we're going to start actually today with a curtsy lunge into a plie, and then we're going to incorporate some weights with it, some biceps. So we're going to start with chest, triceps, and biceps, and back, actually. Okay, all upper body. We're gonna incorporate a little bit of legs with it too, so we're gonna transition your weight to your right foot and just pull your left knee to your chest. We're gonna step over and across. This is a curtsy lunge, lower down. Then you're gonna step together in the center, and then you're gonna pick your right knee up, and then step it over and across, and then step together into a squat, and back up, okay? So go ahead and repeat that. So over and across curtsy, squat in the center, over and across curtsy, and squat in the center. Your hands can be in prayer here, but just know that we are gonna be incorporating some weights with this. You're gonna get legs and upper body. So here's what it's gonna look like. Okay, you'll have weights in your hands. I'm just giving you a little practice run. Continuing with the warm up. Feels so good in the lower body, and you're integrating lots of movement, like functional movement. So we're getting lots of things accomplished here at the same time. One more time, over to the side and back to center. Deep sun breath, everybody, good job. And then back to good posture and alignment, mountain pose, strong, aligned, and open. Okay, go ahead and pick up your weights. Picking up your weights. You ready to add some weights to this? So, all right, I have some obstacles in my way here. I gotta scooch them out. Okay, so good posture, open and aligned, holding your weights. You're gonna transition your weight again to your right foot as you step over to your curtsy, bicep, then center, bicep curl other side, back to center. Okay, continue to flow from side to side. Breathing, make sure that heart is open. Movement is connected with breath. Okay, center, and side. Good job. Center and side. Now when we come to the center, make sure the weight of the body is in the heels so your toes are light. Okay, you're not forward into the knees. A couple more times, you feel your heart rate lifting. I know I do. Feel the energy flowing in the body. Yes. Check and check. This is the last time. And back to center. Now stand up tall, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And we're going to release these weights and do some upper body on the mat. So you're going to roll your chin to your chest. Go ahead and put your weights over into the side and step into downward facing dog. So breathe and reset. And then shift your weight forward onto your hands and knees. So go ahead and grab your weights, you guys. I mean, not your weights, sorry, your blocks. So your blocks are on the, like, shoulder distance apart at the front edge of your mat. And you can start in child's pose, actually. So just shift your weight back to your heels and come into child's pose. Ah, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do some chest and triceps. So shift your weight forward. We're going to do 3 push-ups again, just like we did in our warm-up. But now that you have your hands on your blocks, you have more range of motion. So chest and chin drop down between the blocks, and you push back up. Now listen, everyone's at a slightly different level, like we've been talking about. So if you just want to do a couple push-ups, that's good. But if you can do 5, 10, 8, 12, awesome. I want you to work through them. And as you're doing this, you're saying to yourself, I am a warrior. I am strong, I'm empowered, I'm resilient. I can and I will. So do a set of push-ups. Breathe and move. Chest is down between the blocks so you have more range of motion. Now once you start to feel that fatigue, at any time you can rest back into child's pose and maybe squeeze out a few more after you've rested. 2 or 3 more, right? Yeah. Okay, golden Buddha, chipping away to reveal our truest self. Okay, from there, I want you to go ahead and come into downward dog with your hands on the blocks. So come into downward facing dog. And when you have your hands on the blocks, what magically happens is your heels get closer to the mat. So just experience that and really try to press your heels down so you get a great stretch. Now walk your feet forward towards your hands, or maybe in between the blocks. So your toes are together in between the blocks. Do your halfway lift. Your fingertips can be on the blocks. Gives you a little extra support. And then exhale, fold forward and grab onto your weights and come up through a roll up. So rolling slowly up to standing. Good. Good posture and alignment. Come back into your squat position like this. Pull your elbows up and back nice and high. Weight is in the heels, toes are light, and then extend those elbows back for your tricep kickback. Now at the same time, I need you to really pull the belly in and back. So the belly is strong, the elbows are up nice and high, and we're kicking back the weights to strengthen the triceps. Can you squeeze your knees together? Can you sit a little deeper? Remember in your mind, I am strong, I am empowered, I can and I will. But at the same time, we're protecting ourselves. So if anything doesn't feel good in your body, you're going to modify, because pushing through sometimes just gets us in more trouble, right? So listen to your body. Okay, last 2 or 3. All right, and release. Come all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Stand up tall, aligned, and open. Okay, we're going to repeat some of that. So starting with that curtsy lunge, hold on to your weights. Transition your weight to your right foot. Pull your left knee to your chest. If you feel a little beat, thumb in your chest. It's your heart beating. You're alive. You're well. You've got this. Over and across. Bicep. Center. Squat. Over and across. And center squat. Flow and breathe. You can certainly do this without the weights if you're feeling fatigue. Focus just on your posture and alignment and the form, or adding the weights for an extra challenge. Again, in your mind, it's all about that warrior mindset, you guys. You've got to think you can and I will. Do the best you can with this. And little by little, we'll chip away and we'll get there together. So the word yoga means unity. And even though this is a yoga cross train, we're here together supporting each other. So I really encourage you to check in on the Facebook group, share how you're feeling, what's going on. If you're getting a little off track at any point, if you're hitting an obstacle, one more time on each side, you guys. Come on. You can and you will. Positive mindset. And stand up. Woo. Shoulders up, back and down. We're going to drop off those weights. So chin to chest, come down through a roll up or roll down. Put your weights on the side of your blocks so they're out of your way. And step backwards to downward facing dog to reset. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax, fold. And then go ahead and release your knees to the mat and come to a seated position. You got one done, one round done, and we're going to go through a seated meditation just to kind of check in and give you guys a little break, and then we're going to repeat, okay? Yeah. So rest your hands down onto your knees, lift and open your heart. You can turn your palms to face up if you like. Draw your thumb and index finger together to touch. Now you probably feel your heart beating, the heat that you're creating in your body, the mindset struggles like, oh, this is hard, or oh, this is easier than I thought, or whatever your mind is telling you right now. Slow down and breathe and check in. And remember, part of this 21 days together is acknowledging that you will hit obstacles. That's what it's about. That's why it's this length of time. To train ourselves to work through those obstacles, to dust ourselves off and to get back on track, and to choose the best we can at each moment within each day, to fuel our warrior spirit, to choose something healthy. And remember just the list of recipes and the superfoods, letting go of inflammatory foods and toxic thoughts and toxic relationships and anything that's not serving you. And then choosing more of the things that fuel you, that lift you, that align you, both physically and mentally. All right, with your palms facing up and eyes softly closed, just take a moment to check in and breathe deeply. And again, ask yourself, how do I want to feel? And why am I here? You should take a second to just reflect and breathe and reset. What actions am I going to take today to fuel me, to align me, to nourish me? And then go ahead and open your eyes and make your way back to child's pose. Your hands can be on your blocks. Just know that the brain, by the way, don't feel bad. Don't ever feel bad. If you have negative thoughts or you do negative things that are sort of self-sabotaging, you eat more than you want to, or you do something that really made you feel bad, right? I do that too. Like, that's human nature. And negative thoughts are human nature too. And it's okay. And so you can then choose, like, even though, this is why I love tapping, even though I did that negative thing or I thought that negative thing, I am choosing in this moment to feel positive, to feel empowered, to take action, and to begin again, right? To reset, to begin again. So we've talked about this before in previous challenges. Samasthiti basically means begin again. Each and every moment, each and every day, we got to start over. We got to do it all over again. It's not enough to just do this right here today with me. That's great. We got to do it tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, and keep dusting ourselves off and beginning again. Okay. Downward facing dog, hands on your blocks. Curl your toes, lift your hips. Remember, there is nothing more powerful than a humble person with a warrior spirit who is driven by a bigger purpose. Step your right foot up and through your blocks. Plant your left foot down to the mat, come up to your warrior. And remember that. Just repeat it in your mind. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. Humble warrior, warrior spirit driven by a higher purpose. I can and I will. Bring your hands down by your side, pivot your left heel up, repeater knee, pump. Now, if you can this time, since we are warmed up now, bring up the pace. Imagine you're running. If you were running, all you have to do is pump your arms faster and your body will go faster. So if you can pick up the pace, please do that. Couple more. And one. Hands on your blocks. Downward facing dog push back. Breathe and reset. Pick your left foot up. Step your left foot up and through your hands. Pivot your right heel flat. Rise up. Warrior one. Breathe in. Humble warrior. We'll do that pose another day, by the way. One of my favorite poses. But today, just warrior spirit, aligning, thinking, moving, and eating like a warrior. Okay, bring your hands down, pivot your back heel up, and pump. Pump, 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 pump. Again, just notice, like pick up the pace of your arms. Swing your arms faster. And then when you do that, your leg will go faster, and you're gonna pick up that heat in the body. A couple more, a little heart rate here. A little bit of heart rate elevation. Okay, last two, and one. Hands down, step back, downward facing dog push back. Awesome. Breathe and ground yourself and reset. Good. Now shift your weight forward to plank. Nice and strong and aligned. Bend your knees to modify and do your set of push-ups, you guys. Again, how many is up to you. I would love it if you can do 8 to 12, but even if you just get 2 or 3 in, it's all good. If you do push-ups quite a lot, do them with straight legs. If not so much, modify, bend your knees. But more than anything, listen to your body. Strengthen your arms. Keep your core pulled up. Remember, you can always rest. Like, oh, okay, I'm tired now. I'm going to rest back to child's pose for a breath or two. And then shift forward, and you can probably squeeze 2 or 3 more out. Okay, I want you to find your edge. Find that edge where your form is good, but you're pushing your limit a little bit so we get stronger. Okay, awesome. From there, come back to your downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward in between your blocks. Do your halfway lift. Take a big breath in. Your fingertips are on your blocks. Your heart is open to receive positive energy. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Grab onto your weights and roll yourself slowly up to standing. You stand tall, aligned, and open. We're going to do our tricep kickbacks again. So we're going to bend the knees, come into that squat position. Core is strong, belly's pulled in and back, elbows are high. Weight is into the heels, toes are light. Kick back. Again, 8 to 12 would be great. More is awesome. Less is awesome. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll all be good. We get ourselves in trouble when we try to do what somebody else is doing all the time, right? And we're not listening to our bodies. So just really listen, find that edge for you. Strengthen your triceps. Oh yeah. Couple more if you can. Last 2 and 1. Go ahead and stand yourself up. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and stand tall and aligned. We're going to do that curtsy lunge with the biceps. You ready? Okay. My heart is beating a little bit. Breathe in deeply, and then over and across, bicep curl, center, narrow squat. Over and across, bicep curl, center, narrow squat. When you come into that narrow squat, try to squeeze your knees together. Over and across, and squat. Nice job. Stay with me. We're going to do a back exercise and a balance pose next. That's coming up. Let's do 4 more. Again, you can do this without weights if it's feeling like too much for you. Curtsy lunge is so good for the glutes. And by the way, stretch is coming. So we have about 10 more minutes of yoga cross train, and then we get to stretch. Yay. Go ahead and bring it all the way up, back, and down. So let's actually drop off the weights first so we can practice this balance pose. So go ahead and put your weights down. Maybe have a sip of your superfood matcha or your water would be great. I normally would be drinking water when I'm working out, but Like I said, I got home really late last night, just the timing of things. Like, we have a birthday party, a 50th birthday party before my day one? Really? Okay, it's okay. Did I have a birthday cupcake? Yes, I did. Was it gluten-free? It was. Was it a superfood? Absolutely not, although it was a carrot cake. Carrot cake is this guy's favorite cake, randomly. So it was, but still, you can think of the 70-30, you guys. So if you have a 50th birthday party or some event during the challenge, go ahead and have a little something. But 70% of the time, you're going to be eating really healthy. And then 25-30% of the time, you'll indulge in some things, okay? Live it, not diet. Okay, you got it? All right, so we're going to practice a pose called Warrior 3 and Eagle. I love Eagle pose. It's one of my favorites. Eagle is very symbolic for flying, okay, and rising up, and definitely warrior spirit. So we're going to do Eagle pose today, and then we're going to do Warrior 3, which is a challenging strength and balance pose. So let's start with Eagle. So you're going to bring your weight into your right foot, bring your left knee over your right knee, and if you can, your toes are going to wrap behind your calf, and you're going to squeeze to the midline. Now your left elbow is going to come under your right elbow, and you're going to wrap your palms. Now, if you can just do the lower body, that's fine. You can take your toes over to the side, by the way, as a kickstand, and your fingertips are touching that space between your eyebrows, which is your third eye chakra. That is your home of intuition. So again, think of that golden Buddha, your inspiration, your intuition, and your intention. Now from here, you're going to unravel your arms and your legs. You're going to send that left leg back, and your hands will be out by your side, and you're going to fly. Because this is symbolic for us beginning our journey to fly and to reveal our truest self. Core is strong, eyes are focused, breath is deep. And then go ahead and bring it up. Feet come down, shoulders roll up and down, and you stand tall and aligned. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring your weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee up. Focus your eyes. Bring your right knee over your left. Your toes can touch down in a baby eagle if you need to, or wrap your toes behind your calf if you can. Your right elbow will go under your left, and you'll wrap your palms as well. Your fingertip, your thumb, your right thumb, will touch the space between your eyebrows. Check in again. Think of that golden Buddha. Intuition, intention, and inspiration. Taking action today to reveal a truer, more aligned version of yourself. Now gently unravel yourself. Your arms and your legs unravel, and you send your hands down and back, and you flex your right heel, and you fly in Warrior 3. Take a deep breath in. Again, you can think of that quote. There is nothing more powerful than a humble person with a warrior spirit who is driven by a higher purpose. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Go ahead and bring your toes together to touch. Bring your hands in prayer. Take a deep, calm energy breath in. And then align yourself with your hands down by your side with good posture. And if nothing else today, your intention is just like, I'm going to have good posture. I'm going to be aligned in my physical body and from my thoughts to my actions. Okay, we're going to grab our weights. I didn't say it wasn't going to be challenging. This is going to be a little challenging, you guys, but you can and you will. Just try it. So we're going to do half of that eagle, and then we're going to go back to Warrior 3 and adding some weights and back exercise, which is a row exercise, okay? Focus your eyes, strengthen from your core. If the core of your body is strong and engaged, it's going to make everything else a little easier. Oh, lovely breeze just blew right through. It was great. I needed that. Okay, weight to the right foot, left knee over, come into that eagle lower body and sit down. Just sit down into that eagle pose. Focus your eyes, squat into it and squeeze your knees together, squeeze the belly in and back. And then from there, we're going to slowly unravel. Do the best you can to not touch that left foot down if you can help it. And then kick out into your Warrior 3 with that left foot flexed. And then just row the weights up to the rib cage. Pull the elbows up high towards the sky. or the ceiling if you're inside. So do a row if you can. Now listen, if this is too hard, like your balance is feeling off, you can always do it like this with the left toes down to the mat. Totally fine. Otherwise, the left leg is up and you're doing this rowing action with the elbows by the rib cage and towards the sky. Last 2 and 1. We're going to stand up. A lot of glute activation there as well. Shoulders up, back, and down, and we are tall, aligned, open, humble warriors. Let's switch sides. So weight into the left foot, right knee up, and then right knee over the left. Wrap your toes if you want to, or use your toes as a kickstand, all good. No shame in that. No shame in that. Do you listen to Brene Brown? I'll share it in our Facebook group. All about shame. You guys, so powerful, the messaging. I will be sure to share it with you. Okay, focus your eyes, your core strong, and then kick out. Right leg goes straight back. Arms are just straight towards the ground. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Flex your right foot and then row. Elbows towards the sky. Now listen, same thing. If you want to tap that right toe down, if that feels better for you. Otherwise, right leg straight up, so you're really getting glute activation, working on balance and our back, and of course our warrior spirit mindset. A couple more. 2 and 1. Stand up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Good job. I know it was not easy, but you tried it, and that's the most important part. Roll your chin to your chest. Come all the way down. And then drop your weights off by the sides of your blocks. Do your halfway lift. Your fingertips can be on your blocks if you like. And then come into your downward facing dog. And just again, every time we come into our downward facing dog, we're going to reset. Why am I here? What do I want? What action am I going to take today? And in the prep work, we talked a lot about victim mindset versus warrior mindset. So we really want to let go of the negativity and the victim mold role that we can, story that we can play in our minds, and instead choose to feel strong and empowered. Take one more nice deep breath. We're going to go through everything one more time, and then we're going to stretch. Okay? Yes. The answer is yes. Yes, I can. And yes, I will. I'm all in. Shift to plank pose right into the top of your push-up. Bend your knees. This is what you showed up for, by the way, this third set right here, right now. Okay? Here's your push-ups. Let's go. Now it's up to you how many you do. You're going to trust your intuition to guide you that you are doing the exact right amount for yourself. Okay? Do what serves you and trust your intuition. Lead with your heart. So feel as if your heart is leading the movement. That is not just a physical thing, although it is a physical thing. It's also a mind thing, like I am leading with my heart. Self-love, self-compassion has to come first. Okay, remember you can always take a rest for a breath or two. And then surprise, surprise, when you come back out of it, you'll be able to squeeze 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 more push-ups. You're amazing. Remember that. You're amazing. Come into downward facing dog. Sweet. Push back. Ground yourself in your intentions. Your why. And then walk your feet forward to your blocks, in between your blocks. Do your halfway lift. Take a huge breath in. Breathe in power and peace. And then as you exhale, fold yourself in half. Grab onto your weights. Roll yourself slowly up to standing. Last set of triceps, you guys. Yes, I know. So drop down. Make sure your core is strong. The weight is into your heels. And you have lots of lightness in your toes. Pull your elbows up and back and then kick back. Again, this is your last set. I want the weight in your heels. Your elbows up nice and high. Get them up as high as you can. And then really kick back. Soft with your eyes. Notice the alignment from the crown of your head out through your tailbone. Couple more, you guys. Come on, let's go. The doggies are looking extra peaceful this morning, right? I know. All right, you guys, couple more. Last 2 And 1. I am so proud of you. Go ahead and stand yourself up. Curtsy lunge and biceps. Are you ready? Shift your weight into your right foot. Let's go right into it. Over and across. Optional bicep curl. Center and drop down. Again, this is what you showed up for. It's your 3rd round. Your last, or the last little part. You know, if you're a runner, a lot of you are runners, and or you previously were runners like me, the aging athlete category that maybe shifted and let go of something that wasn't serving you anymore to shift to do into something that maybe served you better. We have to push through, but we have to gauge our energy, right? And save a little gas in the tank for the finish. Sometimes we put so much energy, enthusiasm into the beginning of the journey, day 1, but we have to save the energy and enthusiasm to, you know, gauge and pace ourselves for the finish line. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Last one on each side. Come on. I know I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling it too. This is your last one. And come all the way up. I'm so proud of you. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Hardest thumping. Okay, so we're going to do the eagle with a raised heart rate. That's the perfect time to practice your piece. So when your heart rate is up, we're going to breathe. Bring your left knee over your right. You can tap your toe down if you want to, or wrap your toes. Breathe deeply. Create a sense of deep peace and calm, even though the heart rate is a little bit up. Yes. Unravel. Kick that left leg straight back, or touch the toes down if you need to, and do your back rows. Focus your eyes. If you're feeling a little wobbly, it's okay. That means you're challenging yourself. Balance, mindfulness, resilience, acceptance, empowered warriors. Last 2. And 1. Toes come down, shoulders roll up, back, and down. We are strong, aligned, and empowered. Shift and do eagle on the other side. Left foot, right knee over, drop down, focus your eyes and your mind, breathe deeply, lower your heart rate with the power of your breathing. You're so close to the finish line. We're almost to our stretch. Unravel, kick back, and then row. Again, core is strong. You can tap that right toe down if you need to, or keep that right foot activated. Focus your eyes, focus your mind. Finish strong. Finish strong with a warrior spirit. Last 2. And last 1. Woo! I'm going to feel all this tomorrow. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Draw your chin to your chest. Release your weights. You did it. Do your halfway lift with your fingertips on your blocks. Inhale. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Reset, reflect. Intention and inspiration. Your why. Remember, if you haven't already, fill out your Chill Power Challenge self-care tracker. Write in your journal all of the intentions that you have. You're a lot more likely to take action if they're written, and if you keep your tracker on the fridge or somewhere close to keep you motivated. Okay, we're going to do pigeon stretch next, and we're going to do a whole stretch segment. So go ahead and bring your right knee to the right wrist or towards your right block, and slide your left foot back. Now you can take this block, if your hips are really tight, and scooch it right underneath your glute, right underneath your hip, and then the other block can come out in front of you, and you can rest your forehead down on that. Now if your hips are really open and you don't have, you know, a lot of tension in your shoulders and your forehead all the way drops down, just move the block out of the way on either side and just relax a little bit more deeply into your pigeon stretch. Whatever modification you're choosing to do, make sure it serves you, and you're breathing deeply and you're sending a message of peace and flexibility into your body. Deep inhales, deep exhales. And remember, that flexible warrior spirit is not just about strength. It is absolutely an equal amount of self-care, chill power, and flexibility. So the flexibility part is the resilience. It is the self-care. It is the letting go. And then the warrior part is the strength, the perseverance, the endurance that it requires for change. One more deep breath in your pigeon stretch. Amazing job, you guys. Curl your left toes under, step backwards into downward facing dog, push back. Breathe deeply, and let's get that pigeon stretch on the other side. So left knee comes up to left wrist. Again, you can take your block, put it underneath your left hip. Your other block will be out in front of you, so you can rest your forehead down onto your mat. We're going to take a good 5 minutes here for a stretch. We're going to finish with a meditation and a reading and a quote. And then you're going to make your smoothie, right? Nourish yourself. You're going to drink lots of water. And you have the whole day to then prep healthy foods, do a little shopping, take a nap if you want to, practice some other self-care, do something that's fun. All right, so just make this day all about nourishing your warrior spirit. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here in your pigeon stretch. And then lift yourself up. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Curl your right toes under. Downward facing dog, push back. Now from here, we're going to do that stretch that we did at the very beginning, which is just a ragdoll forward fold hamstring stretch. So you're going to walk your hands backwards towards your feet. Your feet are wider than your hips. You're going to grab onto opposite elbows and fold in half to stretch your hamstrings and release your low back. So a deep bend in the knees is totally fine if your hamstrings are really tight or if your back is feeling it. Or you can straighten your legs if that feels good for your hamstrings. And let's sway from right to left and just really focus on that letting go. Letting go. Release and let it go. What's wrong, Bruno? I know. There's some activity in the neighborhood here, and Bruno is a good part guard dog. I know, buddy. It's okay. Let it go. The job is let it go. Let it go. All right. Nice job. Release your fingertips down to your mat. You're going to turn your toes out now and your heels in, and you're going to drop your tailbone down between your knees. One of my favorite poses, prayer squat. Amazing for intention, but also obviously groin, hips, inner thighs. Now, you can just stay here in your prayer squat, but it's more empowering with intention if your fingertips touch your forehead and you look inward. So folding forward is an introspective action. So fold forward, close your eyes, allow your fingertips to touch your forehead and check in. Again, what is my why? How do I want to feel, and what actions am I going to take today to get closer to that? Take one more very deep breath and try to really fill up the back of your body. And then exhale, fingertips come back down to the mat, hips lift back up to the sky, toe heel your feet together. So your big toes and your ankles are side by side. Halfway lift, fingertips slide to your shins, heart is open. And then exhale into a forward fold and back into your last downward facing dog. Last downward dog, last opportunity today, in this practice anyway, to reground and reset. Take one more very deep breath. Exhale, let go. And then make your way into Shavasana, lying down on your back. So because you have your blocks with you, hopefully today, you can use them in a reclined butterfly or in other props. I'm just going to demonstrate reclined butterfly for you today. But in future classes, we'll show you other variations for your Shavasana with your blocks. So reclined butterfly will be the bottoms of your feet together to touch. The blocks can you move out of the way, sweetie, so that everybody can see. The blocks will be right underneath, like the outside of your knee and shin, so you have a little bit of support. And then you're going to lie down on your back with your legs in reclined butterfly. Now, if that doesn't feel good for your groin, inner thigh, or whatever, then you can just do regular Shavasana with your legs out straight. So whatever feels super restorative and good for you, that's what I want you to do. That is really what I want you to do, like all day long, if possible. So lie on back, and hands can either be resting on your stomach or palms facing the sky by your side. Nose pointing to the sky, eyes closed. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. This is your opportunity to let all of the strength and the balance work that you did over the last hour really settle into your body. So take a deep cleansing breath in. Allow your whole body to just settle in and fall into the surface beneath you. On a deep cellular level, allow all the work to really integrate into your mind and your body and your spirit. And reset that intention of your positive action that you're going to take today, to think like a warrior, to eat like a warrior, and to move like a warrior, to align your intentions with your actions. I'm going to give you a moment of silence just to listen to your thoughts and to breathe. You know, from this place of stillness and peace, feeling that balance in your mind and your body, and that openness and that willingness and that opportunity that we have together, like the Golden Buddha, to chip away, to let go of old habits and thoughts that don't serve us anymore. And as we chip away at those old habits and thoughts and actions that we were taking, we're revealing a truer version of ourselves. We're just trying to get back in line with our truest self. So as you're here in stillness, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and start to awaken your body again. Being grateful for this time. You should feel so proud of yourself for showing up for yourself and to strengthen your warrior spirit so that you can take that action today. Give yourself a big hug, just drawing your knees to your chest. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit yourself all the way back up. We're just going to shortly reset with a very short 60-second meditation, and then a quote, and then off you go. I always like to say, you know, for those of you who are new, by the way, I didn't introduce my doggies in the beginning, and I should do that because they are so symbolic, in my opinion, for what is possible as far as transformation is concerned. Each of these 4 dogs are all rescue dogs. They each came in to my home train wrecks. They were unhealthy, they were skinny, they were scared, they were sick. They were from traumatic experiences, right? But definitely within 3 weeks, so the 21 days that we're together, you can see that same transformation in yourself. If you follow them on Instagram, it's Adopting Joy Rescues. And it's been a little while since I'll try to repost it soon. Their before and after pictures and what they look like when they came in and how they behaved when they came in. And then with love, it's exactly like the Golden Buddha. And all it takes is love. And, you know, obviously in this situation, I was the one that provided, and my husband provided the love and the nourishment for them so that they could transform. But that is exactly what we're doing. And they are all beautiful examples of that. So Leo here, Bruno, Luna, and Stella. And again, Adopting Joy Rescues is their Instagram, and I'll try to plant that seed in my mind to show some of their before and after pictures for you guys, because I think it's very symbolic. Okay, so hands down onto your knees, eyes closed, and with that in mind, just taking a short time out to breathe deeply and once again reflect on strengthening our warrior spirit. So just take this time. I'm going to give you 60 seconds of silence one more time, just to listen to your thoughts and to choose some words. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Choose some words right now. I want to feel. Answer that question in your mind. Take one more very deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. So for me, some of the words that came to mind, I want to feel peaceful, powerful, energized, light, aligned, hopeful, healthy. And my word this year is healing. And so I will share with you that I chose that word because I have an immense amount of muscle pain, and I still have struggles with migraines, even though they're way better than they were before I started to do all of these self-care things that I practice now. But I have obstacle after obstacle after obstacle and kickbacks. And so it is very frustrating for me. I have an immense amount of frustration with that because I put an immense amount of effort into my self-care, and yet this continues to come up, right? So the message in that is that don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, right? So I hope that you have an amazing day. I want to finish out with the quote one more time so it seals into your mind. You can bring your palms together to touch and let your fingertips touch your eyebrow center. Again, home of intuition is at that third eye chakra. There's nothing more powerful than a humble person with a warrior spirit who is driven by a bigger purpose. And that bigger purpose, you guys, can be simply like, I want to feel better. I want to have more energy myself. I want to feel healthier. I want to feel more confident, because in that way, that's where we get to shine our light in the world and be part of that positive ripple effect. So it's not selfish to want that. You can absolutely just want something so simple. And remember, it's progress, not perfection. So don't worry about it getting it perfect ever. Okay, that's a wrap for today. We might have gone a few minutes over. Sorry about that. Thanks for being here, you guys. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and check in on the Facebook group.